Rogan sends warning to the UFC. While diversity is important in the workplace, Joe Rogan believes that if the UFC were to try and apply diversity standards to their roster, they would be in for some serious trouble. While speaking on a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, the longtime commentator and combat sports advocate explained why the UFC, hypothetically trying to meet diversity, equity, and inclusion standards, would be a bad move.
Imagine if the UFC had to have diversity. You know what a problem that would be?
Yeah.
We had to have a certain amount of trans folks, a certain amount of you had numbers you had to achieve. When it wasn't the best fighters.
Yeah.
It was just who meets certain criteria. It's gonna be a bunch of people getting murdered.
Of course, the conversation was entirely hypothetical, and the UFC has no plans to add diversity, equity, and inclusion standards to their roster of fighters. However, the discussions regarding transgender athletes in MMA has largely revolved around the career of transgender fighter Fallon Fox, who competed professionally in MMA from 2012 to 2014.